Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the post-match reaction. We're going to react to Manchester United drawing against Chelsea. Of course, it was a game. It was a very scruffy game. It was dirty. It was the referee. It's got a lot of drama in it. There was missed opportunities in the end. But again, Man United versus Chelsea, it's always bound to be a scrappy draw or a scrappy 2-1. At the end of the day, it became 1-1. This is MUFC Realist TV, Mick Ruby in the house. We're going to do the player rating. We are going to invite Jarvis Coca-Cola in the house. You know what to do. Like and subscribe. And we should see you after the jingle. Again, RUUDBALL 2.0. This is Ruud's second game in charge. And, we saw Enzo Maresca coming in to Old Trafford. And what did you expect the interim manager to do? We did play some good football, in my opinion. But we didn't have much chances, and so didn't they. And it was kind of like a boxing game. It was very scruffy, in my opinion, a little bit brutal. Referee was a shambles, and we had all the ingredients that you can cook up a 5-course meal. And we had a penalty scored by Bruno Fernades. And finally, the referee was a little bit lenient toward Manchester United. But again, Højlund did so well. The only chance that he actually was given in the penalty box return into a penalty, and Bruno Fernades buried it so sweetly. But it only took 4 minutes to Chelsea scored again, and unfortunately, this is football. It was meant to happen the second half. I said it will be a scrappy 1-1 or a scrappy 2-1, but the brutality of them, the referee let the player go. It was a little bit of a yellow card feast at the end of the day. Are you guys disappointed? How do you feel? A 1-1 doesn't feel like a little bit of loss to me. I mean, this is RUUDBALL at the end of it. And in the blue corner, I have Jarvis Cocker, my trusty friend. How are you doing, Jarvis? Welcome to the stream. Oh, what? Hey. What are you doing? Disco ball, yeah.
Yeah, well, 1-1. I see Neil Driscoll comes in and say fair results in the end, and I agree with Neil.
Yes. I mean,
So it was a fair result, but I was expecting more. I think we came in with a lot of vibes, and it stops there. We don't have the quality, basically. We have a lot of vibes. We try hard. I'll give the boys for trying hard.
They did.
But today we won the midfield battle. I think Ugarte, he only won 2 out of 12 duels in midfield. Caiseido was totally, and Lavia was totally dominating him. And the same with Casemiro, he only won 4 out of 10. So I think we struggled in the midfield battle. We tried hard, but it stops with trying. We lack the quality, and this is the awakening call. I think Amorim will see when he comes in.
Did you see anything different how we were set up?
We don't have the quality.
Yeah. Did you see something different in terms of the way Ten Hag was playing and the way Ruud van Nistelrooy was setting up the team? I argue to the point that the first half defensively would look very strong. The way we were winning the first ball, second balls, we were pressing very high up on the field as well. I was quite impressed with the first half, to be honest. If you look at the overall stats, we have overall shots on goal. We won that battle, 4-3 in total in the game. But up to the 50, there was 10 minutes left of the game. We were leading the ball possession around 53, 54%. But they kind of, you can't dominate 45 minutes, but they kind of invited Chelsea into the game. It was kind of like, I felt like after the first half, Jarvis, that whoever makes a mistake will win the game, right? So it could have gone either way, but yeah, I'm happy with the draw. I don't feel like it's a bad game. I think it was a very interesting game to watch. You had all the ingredients. It was the fight, the grit, determination. There was tackles. There were, yellow cards flying up. There was penalty. But again, what you say, we are not really there with the final third, aren't we? We're a little bit sloppy there in terms of how we could release the ball. Like, Højlund was very delayed in releasing the ball to Garnacho, and there was one clear-cut opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're onto something, Mick, and a lot of the I would say small episodes in this game. I think we could have done better sometimes, but it's Chelsea is a good team, and we saw it. We saw it. They have Palmer, they have Caiseido, Lavia. Even Højlund struggled a bit, but I think Højlund he tried really hard, and we saw what Højlund gives to the team as soon as we subbed in Xerxes, because Xerxes is the complete opposite. He doesn't look sharp. He's slow. He's sluggish, and he's not taking his chance. He had one big chance on the flick from Bruno Fernades, and you could clearly see he isn't ready. And I see Nas M87 comes in and say, I don't think Xerxes is ready. He should have spent time at another club on loan. And I agree, totally agree. You see the guy, he's not ready. So this is just the way. And Neil Driscoll comes in and say, I'm right about United don't have the quality in players in the squad, and this is a big problem. When you have to sub on Lindelof as a midfielder in minutes when they try to attack and try to win the game, it says all. Say it all, because we don't have the quality. I don't know what happened to Eric today. If he's injured or wasn't he even on the bench? Do you know, Mick?
No, he was injured. He was not even on the bench today. But I want to talk about in isolation, Ugarte. How he meant for this midfield. You said something very interesting. Like, we were winning the midfield battle. Enzo, what's it called? Maresca. He started to jinx his midfield, throwing in Enzo Fernades, stuff like that. Cole Palmer was isolated, didn't get much of a chance. I would say that we had a very fantastic mid block in that midfield. And also we had a very good defense. But what was lacking was going forward. I want to speak about Ugarte and the importance of his rising, I would say, because the reason why he took off Ugarte was his yellow card, and he kept getting fouls after fouls after fouls. And Lindelof, to be honest, he played as a CDM before, so it was just a cautionary. But I want to focus on the midfield in isolation.
Okay, but it's not a game changer. That's my point. You can't sub on Lindelof and expect winning the game. It was almost like seeing out the game with subbing on Lindelof. We didn't have any more. That was it. So for me,
we didn't have an answer from the bench. No.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I don't know what you think, Mick, but comes down.
I saw that the midfield and the defense was solid. We didn't do any mistakes. Onana was super glue. I think he was fantastic, to be honest. We were a little bit wasteful in terms of the final third. There was not many chances, not even from us, to be honest. Like, there was not many shots on goal. Like, Man United had 4 shots. They had 3 shots. They had penalty, and there was like a stupid corner. There's nothing the goalkeeper could have done. So it was a very tactical game, was weighing back and forward, like, but we didn't have the answer to kill off the game. But of course, we could have killed off the game, 100% with the Garnacho bender, like, just sailed over the crossbar. We did have opportunities in the end to kill. But if you looked at the bench, we did our substitution. We took off Rashford and with Ahmad. You know what I mean? And then we took off Højlund. I thought that was a mistake. I agree what you're saying. Xerxes is not really ready for Premier League as of yet.
Yeah, that's a big problem. But it was the right decision to sub off Højlund, because Højlund, he was starting to get tired. I don't know if he could have played on for another 15 minutes. That's the thing. Højlund had a brilliant game today. I think the way he drops down, the way he receives the ball, always fighting, always wrestling with Fofana.
Yes.
But he's smart in his movement. As we have spoken on before, he angles his body in the right way when he has the defender in his back. And he makes the job for the defender really, really difficult. Fofana, he had a great game today as a center back, but Højlund gave him a real challenge. And Fofana was struggling, and Cole
was struggling too.
Yeah. So that's definitely Chelsea's weak point, and Højlund is so vital in the way we want to play. And to see the game today, both teams were just feeling each other out. None of the teams had high press. They weren't chasing the ball. They were just waiting out the opposition all the time, and just strike when you have the chance. So from a tactical point of view, it was just one of those games. I can show you this. This is a great picture of how our press play was in the game. We'll bring it up here. So here you see Chelsea's on the ball, and we are just sitting there four in a block in the midfield, and actually
we have the mid block there.
five in the back. And I like that because I saw a lot of the time. You see, I think where is Casemiro? He's somewhere. There's Casemiro.
There's Casemiro, yeah.
He dropped down in a way, or I would say that the defense was so high on the pitch. But it's a kind of a gamble, because when you see Chelsea having the ball and we don't have pressure on the ball and we have a high line, it's a kind of a gamble. And this opportunity, especially, you saw Chelsea playing the ball in behind and we chasing it down, and Chelsea had a big chance on this. But Chelsea did the same, and that's why the striker is so vital, because he's our only out in a way.
Yeah. But in a way, we kept Cole Palmer in isolation. Jackson was in isolation. It was a midfield battle, what you said. But something that I noticed what was different between Van Nistelrooy, RUUDBALL, and Ten Hag ball is the aggression, the tempo, the pressing was on par. The passing in the first half and the second half, of course, then we got a little bit, tired at the end. But I would say that Ugarte, that yellow card, Ugarte, he did it smart. And then Casemiro exposed Garnacho for not tracking. And I mean, he did the right thing to tell Garnacho, because there's the seniority or leadership that does that in a way, I say, from a neutral perspective or from Man United perspective, I thought it was a really fantastic football game, because he had everything. It wasn't many chance creation, but it was pretty much a battle in the midfield. It was what you said there. We created a high press, we created a mid block as well, and we were kind of solid in how we isolated their danger man. Cole Palmer didn't have a sniff. So I think tactically, I think Ruud got it right. I would say, we didn't lose. It's another draw. That brings us to the table. Where are we now in the table? I think it's 13th or something like that, or 12th. It's not.
I think 12th. But yeah.
Let me check.
The thing I look for when I look at the table, I look how far is it up to Spurs, Villa, Chelsea, because they are the teams we are fighting for. Because Arsenal, Liverpool, and City are the top three teams. That's just how it is. So the 6 points up to Chelsea now, and 6 points up to Villa, and 4 points up to Spurs.
We're at 12.
Doesn't matter. It's how many points we are behind those three teams. Those are the teams we are fighting for. So we have to be top 5, top 4 to get Champions League next season, and I think it's still possible.
It's doable.
We should have won the game today. We are 6 points behind Chelsea. If we had won, we would have been 3 points. So it was very important for us, especially not to lose, but I would like us to win. I feel like I have the same feeling now as I had last season when we drew against Spurs 2-2 at Old Trafford. That was one of those 6 points games that we had to win.
No, listen, you're absolutely right. We're sitting on 12 points, and up to top 4 to 4th is 18, so it's only 6 points, right?
It's 6
2
points,
games.
yes.
And there's plenty of games to play until Christmas. So, but the table will.
You know what they say? You say it's 2 games, but it's not two games. In average, you can say you can take 1 point each game. So it's if everything goes our way in 6 games, we should be equal if we keep winning.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
So we have then in the midweek Thursday we have Europa League, and then we have Ipswich. No, hang on. Who do we have?
I think we have Leicester again.
Leicester again. So another replay for Ruud van Nistelrooy, and then we have Enzo Maresca. Then we have international break. So listen, after that we have some good games until Christmas, I guess. So I wouldn't say that this is a bad result. I say look, I would love us to win. We could have won the game easily, but we didn't. It was that kind of game that it was a fair fight. But I would say that referee was a little bit shocking with his decisions. Didn't really go our way again. But I'm not pointing the finger on the referee. But I think also Garnacho was a little bit, how do I say, off balance there as well. It was a little bit too selfish. He could have squared it out to Ahmad when he came to free, and you know what I mean. Rashford's goal, you know, end of the first half, Rashford's volley that went just hit the goal post or the crossbar. Yeah, we could have won this game, but you know, at the end of the day, reality is 1-1, and a lot of people thought that, wow, Chelsea's going to come and batter us, like, you know. So, I mean, nothing to give away from Chelsea. Chelsea's a good team at the moment under Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, they are. I would say so. I see Nash M87 comes in and say, I think Garnacho needs to spend some time on the bench. We need impact players like McTominay was last season. Start Yellow and Rashford, and I think that's
fair assessment.
That would be a clever move. Garnacho, I think he needs some rest. He was awfully tired, you know, the last 10-15 minutes today. He runs a lot. You know, it's not about his effort, because I think his effort level is totally up there. But you know, it's difficult, and he's young.
Yeah.
And what I think, but really, Garnacho struggles with, maybe the good thing for him sitting on the bench, he can observe the game and learn some stuff. Because when you're in the game all the time, you don't have the time to assess in the same way. Garnacho is a young player, but he's played over 100 games for Man United. That's
insane.
So he has a lot of experience, but he needs to be more clever. His decision making needs to improve, and you know, if he can sit on the bench a couple of games, look at the game, watch the game, listen to the coach, maybe get some inputs on how to move, when to move, what to do, he will improve his game. So I think Garnacho is at the stage now where, as Nash says, he just need to be put on the bench. I'm not slating him, because I think he has a good performance. He works hard. He tracks back as good as he can. But, you know, his legs was gone. He was tired. He didn't have any more in him.
No, I still agree. I still have a problem why we're playing two left wingers as wingers. Like, you know, this is the same thing what Ten Hag was doing. Is it in Rashford's contract that he has to start every game? He's undroppable. This is why I want to see Enzo Maresca come in and say, I don't care. You know, I need balance. And you need impact players. Like, you know, I agree. Like, the best Garnacho is an impact player coming off the bench and scoring the winning goal, like, you know, fresh legs when they, you know, when the fullbacks are tired. So I want to see in that case, like, if Rashford has to start playing on the left and play Amad Diallo on the right. So that natural width. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we can sort of expect after the international break. But in regards to the striker, like, you know, I see that a lot of people are critical to Xerxes. You know, I feel for the guy that, like, you know, this is a adaptation. Like, you know, Premier League is not Serie A and it's not Dutch League, but there is certain links in the summer potentially that we need a proper goal scorer, and that is Victor Gyökeres. I wouldn't say no to that one. Like, you know, Victor Gyökeres is a monster at the moment. Like, he scored so many goals. You know, the other day when they played and won 5-0, 5-1, he scored 4 goals. Like, this guy is unstoppable in the way he strikes and the way he runs the channel. Now, I see something similar that, you know, Ruben can develop, you know, Højlund to be a world-class striker. And that's what he did with Gyökeres as well. But for now, it is what it is. Like, we have to play. We cannot run Højlund to the ground, so we have to make that substitution. But
we rely on Højlund so much that we can't run him down into the ground. You have to play it smart. You have to be smart when it comes to Højlund, because we are so reliant in the way we play on Højlund. That's the thing. But I want to ask you something, Mick. What do you think about Rashford's body language when he was subbed off? We have just scored a goal, and he was subbed off. For me, I felt like he drew all the energy out of me when I looked at him. Like, he was like this, sulking. You know, he should have cheered the fans and smiled and give Ahmad a high five.
I don't know. I saw the Spurs game when Postecoglou subbed out Son, and he was also, like, you know, shaking his head and didn't understand. I think, like, you being a player, I played the game, and you revved up, like, you know, you're high in adrenaline, and you think you're doing a great game, and you think you can be a game changer, and of course you get disappointed and you soak. But the body language should be kind of different, like, you know, at least applaud the crowd, applaud the players. Like, you know, I didn't even see his body language, to be honest.
Yeah. I see AP
We have a
comment
question.
say, ha ha, you support United. Yeah, we support United. So
We,
what?
this is a Man
What's so funny
United
about
fan.
that? Tell me.
Yeah. Gas Taylor, big up Gas as well. This is a lot of fans are wondering, and like, if we're gonna play a 3-4-3, right? So how do our players fit in that system? They're so slow and lazy. I don't know, man. I think that you don't play with the fullbacks, you play with wingbacks, so they're literally wingers. So I would say that you line up with two center backs, they're ball carrying center backs. So I'd say three ball carrying center backs, and the rest will not change. It's pretty much applying defensive duties. So that means that will Rashford play as a wingback? Will Garnacho can already track back, and so can Ahmad, but nothing's going to change. And these players tuck into the midfield as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like, it's a fallacy to say that you need wing backs. They're actually wingers, to be honest. Like, they're running up and down, like a yo-yo.
Yeah, so they say, but that's the Portuguese league. I think he needs to reassess how he wants to play his wingbacks when we come to the Premier League. But that's another discussion.
Yeah, Garnacho is super lucky to get a managing like Amarin in a week's time. Right now, he's not looking that good. Maybe he needs a little bit of break, international break. There's too many football happening right now. And to be honest, the Nations League and that shit, it's unnecessary. Like, come on. We played 10 games in Premier League. And then what is this, a third international break, or is it second?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It breaks up, the rhythm.
The rhythm, yeah. Yeah. Irfan is saying, Irfan, I'll big up, he applauded. As I said, I didn't watch it. Yeah. AP saying the banter club, man, come on. I don't care. Whatever you all guys. Anyway, Jarvis.
I'm setting up my my tactical board. I want to show you something that I saw about how we set up, but give me 1 minute. I just need to change a little bit here. So if you can keep it going for 1 minute, Mick, I have this ready.
Sure. Guys, go in and get your player ratings in as well, if you don't mind. Let the players rating do the talking. You can voice your opinion by simply voting. The link is on the website. Basically, it's on the Q&A section on the chat. You can see Q&A. You can click on the link, or just simply go into mufcrealist.tv and go for player rating man of the match. And it looks something like this before Jarvis pulls it up, like that. You go in here. You've seen it before. You can rate the ratings for Nana and all that stuff. Jarvis, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say something that was different that I saw today. I'm not sure if I'm right. I have to see the game one more time, but this is the tactical board, as you know. When Chelsea had the ball and were trying to put us under pressure, let's say they had it with the right back or something, there was always one of the center backs dropping down. So we formed a back five in a way. But if the ball was on the right side, it meant that Mazraoui was pushing up and Martinez was pushing a little bit higher. So, or if the ball was on the other side, let's say the left back had it, Dallo pushed up and the Ligt pushed out. So we always formed we're more safe because we always formed the back four. And we had like a pump press. If one player went out, the other one filled in.
Yeah,
so
I noticed.
I would say that was kind of new. I haven't seen this under Ten Hag, so that was something that was interesting to see.
100%.
So we were solid in a way. So we had always like two lines of four in the back, four in the front, in the midfield. So I think that's one of the small tweaks that Ruud are working on. I don't know if any of you noticed this.
I noticed there was something different, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. All I saw that we were very, very aggressive in the midfield. We were winning the ball high up. We had a mid block, and the defense was isolating the star players as well. Like, I saw a fight in the team as well. But the thing is, this game was very interesting because had a lot of tactical nuances. There was a lot of tactical changes, and I was thinking like, what am I watching? Like, this is not Man United. Like, the intensity, the tackling, flying, the yellow cards, high press. We never saw that in Ten Hag, like, and of course this is a top 4 game like Chelsea, like, you're never going to get them many chances. So I will keep saying that the one that makes the first mistake will be penalized. Now, of course, Rasmus Højlund got his vendetta. Like, he literally got pulled down in the penalty, like, and he got knocked down by who was it? Was it Colwill? Was it?
Yeah, you saw he had scratch marks on his neck.
Yeah, and before that, there was studs on Marcus Rashford as well. There was like 2 penalty incidents, and the referee did do fuck all, to be honest, right? So justice was served. There was a clear-cut penalty. Sanchez did, right? So
yeah, but I think Martinez had one also on the Chelsea player on one of the corners. They had the big chance, a header, and the rebound went out, and Chelsea finished, and Martinez came in late and took the same the guy in sort of the same way. So at least the referee was persistent and yeah. So
could you dissect it to say that we were set up not to lose in a way, like, because if you look at a retrospective, defense was good, the midfield was good, but
we were set to balance, not to lose, but we had balance. That's a key word. And also we were we appeared compact because the distances in between the players was very short. And you could actually see it in Bruno's play, because every time Bruno received the ball, we won the ball, the distance to the closest United player wasn't that far. So we didn't have to play the Hollywood pass all the time. He could be creative by playing the ball 5 yards or 10 yards, not 25 or 30 yards. So we didn't lose the ball in what do you call it, our turnovers. So today was a really good game from Bruno. I have to say, Bruno has improved immensely.
Yep. Let me see what the chat is saying. Irfan saying our press forward was degenerated, no cohesion. Defense was much better, but was still a little bit leaky. Yeah, it's a fair point. Let me see what there was. Irfan is also saying here. What Irfan is saying: if we want to play wing play, we need killer wingers who can rely and cut in score. There's a lot of tweaks to be made. I mean, I'm just saying that lucky we're getting the manager in international breaks. He will have 1 or 2 weeks to work with the team, right? And I'm sure he's watching this game, and I'm sure he's already taking down notes and formulating something quick, right? But if you ask me, can these players adapt? I said yes. Why not? They're football players. They're professional football players. They've been playing since they were kids, So
yeah,
100%. It doesn't take long. Depends on if you have footballing IQ and following instructions. Jonathan Liljeberg in the house saying our forwards are overhyped. Garnacho, Rashford. I personally wanted him sold 2 years ago.
That's a fair
now,
assessment.
Does it come to a point that do we need a third striker?
Yes, because we need to send Xerxes on loan. He needs to be loaned out to another Premier League club or a championship club. He needs to learn the English game. Agree. He's big. He suits the game perfectly from a physical point of view, but he can't use his body. He can't angle his body. He's not aware. He's too slow. And it comes down to what he's used to in the Serie A Italian league. It's a much slower league, and you can see it. And he needs time to adapt. And I don't think he will get it sitting on the bench for Man United and coming in playing 5 minutes here and there. He will never. So he needs a loan. He needs to learn the game. All over.
Well, there was a moment when he came in off the bench and he had a clear chance opportunity. He's running by himself. He got caught up and. It's like, wow, this is ruthless, and gave the ball away. Garnacho, on the other hand, he could have scored so many goals. Like, come on, in this game, when Bruno did that, when Bruno came free and drove the byline and did a cutback, Garnacho was totally open. Jesus, he shanked it. Like, he shanked too many opportunities. We could have scored. We could have won, To be honest, if you look at the clear-cut chances, well, Jarle Mamini say we had 2 shots on goal and 4, and
Chelsea.
and we had 4. They needed something special to defeat our defenders, and I agree. They needed something special to defeat our defenders, and they got that by their 150
million player Caiseido. That was a brilliant finish from Caiseido. Yeah. So I'll give it credit.
Well, there was a set piece. That was a set piece.
Yeah, and Chelsea looked deadly on the set pieces. They had that header. They were dangerous on set pieces. I didn't feel confident when they had their corner kicks and set pieces. So, yeah.
But this is what you're only saying, that this kind of resonates what we've been saying, because we said the defense was very solid in isolation. We didn't see Jackson getting many opportunities. We've seen Cole Palmer was very quiet. All the attacking line was quiet. We isolated there some of the midfielders. Didn't see much of Pedro Neto either. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was an overall good team performance. Like, we could have won it, but we didn't. And 1-1 is not a bad result at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the performance is okay, but it comes down to overall quality, as we was discussing in the beginning. It's overall quality. We don't have the same quality as we used to. The players aren't good enough, and this is a big problem. And you heard Ratcliffe today talk about it in the interview. He talked about sailing and Formula One, that you can't have Max Verstappen win when he drives a Renault or whatever he said. Williams. So this is the thing, we need the better players if we want to compete. So there's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt. Anyway, people, there is big up everyone. Paul S as well. Go Man United. Evening to you as well. Nash is saying, what are you saying, Nash? The tough thing about our squad is, in order for us to win, we need play exceptional. Our teams can play down and still grind us out wins. I thought, you know what? I think we are starting to click together finally. I saw something different today. I saw more of a determination. I saw more aggressiveness. Tempo was up as well. I think we are good defensively in the midfield. We find the midfield pairing finally. We see what balance Ugarte will bring with the Casemiro experience. But at the end of the day, it's that final third. It is the final third.
Yeah.
And I agree that we should go for a proven goal scorer. We need a killer, right? Because remember, Højlund is still young. He needs to learn, right? Who do we have to bounce with? We don't have a senior striker. We always had. There's no rumors. There's no smoke without fires. We were linked to Victor Gyökeres in the summer, right? And of course,
we have been linked to Gyökeres a lot of time. A lot of times. So, yeah, he will be a good striker because he's similar to Højlund, and I think they can learn of each other. And when you sub one off for the other, it won't change up our game plan. It's not like we have 2 completely opposite strikers, so we can play the same way, and that's the vital part. So, yeah, if we can get a play like him, that will be fantastic. I think it will be too expensive at the moment. You got to remember, we don't have cash. Cash. Our liquidity is down to almost zero. We are on the edge of FFP, financial fair play. So I don't know if we can, because Arsenal wants him, Chelsea wants him, a lot of clubs wants Gyökeres. So I think.
Oh yeah, no,
he will be 100 million.
Oh,
it will be a bidding war.
But it's big money to spend on. But you look at the return on investment. The boy is unstoppable at the moment, right? So, do you agree what Nash is saying? We are playing more positive. I would say so. Yeah, I kind of feel it's a little bit more positive. Look, it's not bad. Like Ruud has 4 games to manage. That's game and a half he won already, right? So 1 point against Chelsea that is kind of cooking at the moment. I would say in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I was just like, whoa, we are absolutely bossing them everywhere. Like, the passes, the triangles. And the thing is with Enzo Maresca, if you look at diamonds, there's diamonds everywhere on the pitch. There's diamonds everywhere, from the midfield to the back line to the forward line. Secret Pro will still like ball-playing midfielder.
Yeah, coming in from X, by the way, Secret Pro.
Yeah,
people are watching us on X. Get your comments in. Big up Secret Pro.
But one thing...
we lack a ball-playing midfielder. That's one of our biggest problems. We see Casemiro sometimes try to be creative. Ugarte, Price, but they lack quality when it comes to the creative game and how to break lines with the passes. So yeah.
But one thing we know about Ruben Amorim is he will definitely go to the academy to find a player. He will. If he's operating on a shoestring budget, he did that at Sporting as well. I mean, we're talking about Pedro Porro, we're talking about the Hjulmand. These are players that he bought for nothing and brought some of the he brought up from the academy, right? So I'm sure we do have, if you look at the bench, to say, well, if you're good enough, you're old enough, right? I mean, what can we do? We just can't go in the market. We don't have the money in January, so we just have to find a solution, right? So at the end of the day. So guys, let me know in the comment section, how do you feel? Are you happy with this draw? I mean, a draw is a draw. I just keep remembering that loss against Chelsea last time we played them. We lost in the 99th minute. We were 3-3 and Cole Palmer buried at 4-3. So I had that kind of feeling, shit. Not a rerun.
We have lost the game. That's 100%. Paul S comes in and say Højlund held up the ball well
Very good.
when he wasn't being assaulted with no call fouls. And that's one of the problems. I would say Rob Jones today. Rob Jones is a terrible referee. And his problem is he can't read the game. And he's too quick on the whistle. When he sees a foul, right away.
The Rashford foul, when Rashford got a yellow, that was like, what?
That's the thing. And Rob Jones is a terrible referee. But in a game like this, it's very difficult to be a referee because both teams were, I would say, waiting the opposition out. So there were a compact game. So it was a lot of duels. It was almost like watching 7-year-olds, everybody in one area fighting for the ball. So it's hard to ref a game like this. So I'll give him that, but I don't think he had a good game at all. What do you think about the VAR check on Licha's possible red card?
They did the right thing. I mean, the guy literally slipped, and it was just a little small touch, Thank God it wasn't a red card, to be honest, because there was instances in that game there could be a red card for Chelsea as well, So he was a little bit balanced. I was dreading for the red card, like, here we go, Manchester United tax. So yeah.
But the thing is, he could have given it. If it had been Michael Oliver in that VAR room, he would have given a red card straight away. Because if you go by the book, he showed studs. It was high. He came in with a lot of power, even though he slipped. And Cole Palmer, he dribbled him on his ass. So
yeah, this is a very good comment from Irfan. By the way, the Premier League is tough. There's no more easy bad teams. Everyone is good. You have to fight for everything. 100%. We saw yesterday Bournemouth beating City. We saw Arsenal losing. We saw today Spurs battering 4-1, a good inform Aston Villa. There was 1-1, but still, I'd say that there is plenty of games and there's plenty of roller coaster. What you're looking at the table at the moment will not look at come Christmas it's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be up and down fluctuation. So at least we didn't lose points. We got 1 point, but it's bitter because if we would have got full 3 points, we would be much higher up on that table. And if Chelsea would have won it, they would go up above Arsenal as well. So yeah, this is very interesting right now. Of course, Liverpool sitting.
Coming to the table, look at this guy, Andoni Iraola. He was my manager that I wanted him if he wanted to replace Ten Hag, because I think he's a brilliant manager. And now he has, in the last 3 games, won against City, drew against Villa, and won against Arsenal. So he's doing bits. At Bournemouth, small club. I think they have 10,000 spectators at their home games. They have no money, but they always.
And what about Nottingham Forest is currently sitting 3rd?
Yeah,
crazy.
Same thing. Chris Woods is going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nottingham Forest will sit third. I think they will drop points eventually. I don't look at the table right now. It's a false start, to be honest, right? Anyway, people, let me know what you think. Lavia and Caiseido are giants in the midfield. Yeah, 100%. We need a little bit more of that energy. So can we borrow it? Can we borrow it?
Mick, I have a question for you because yet again we lose the lead, and you know this group of players are not resilient. They can't protect the lead. So how is Amorim going to change the mindset of these players to be more resilient? Because we have been leading so many games, 1-0, 2-0 up, and losing it. Now we were up for 5 minutes, and then Chelsea scored again. We lost the lead.
I would say that was a set piece that there was nothing you can do. It's the
Well, it's
zonal
not only
marking.
this game. You have to see it in a longer perspective, and we have been losing so many games by being up.
I noticed the tactics of what Chelsea is applying, that they gang up like a gang, and then they spread out where the ball is kicked. Like, so, it's very, very smart tactics. They're very good at set pieces. I mean, set pieces is so unpredictable, right? Of course, if you lost the game, the lead in open play, there would be something different. But set pieces, you can't really control. It's like pinball, right? It's all about clearance, and if you're unlucky, like here, there's nothing you can do. And there was a clinical strike. So, what could you have done differently here in this corner? How would you defend it? I think it was a zonal marking.
Well, but it comes down to mindset. You know, how do you think when you are 1-0 up, when you suddenly are protecting the lead? You get defensive in your mindset. You have to be more offensive. You have to reset. When you score a goal, you have to reset and go again. And this is the thing. I think a lot of these players don't have that mindset. I don't think they know how to reset and start going at it again.
Yeah, no, listen, set pieces is something that we need to work on 100%. I don't like the zonal market. You should go more man to man, and you should match up. But when you see when they are kind of ganging like this, like, you know, you have 7 players going like this, like that, and then they spread out, it's very hard to mark. Like, it's a very smart tactics. By the way, did you watch Phil Jones' recent interview?
Well, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
No, it was published 2 days ago on YouTube.
No, I didn't see it.
He spoke about the internet bullying and everything, and it was pretty amazing to watch. Let's see what you are saying, Paul. I'm afraid as soon as Amorim starts imposing club discipline, he will lose some of the same players who sacked off previous manager. This is something that I don't want to see, Paul. I want to see. It's clearly he's now being appointed as a head coach, and they said, like, you know what, you are the head coach. Whatever goes you, we have to deal with. I don't want to see this unbalanced play Rashford because Rashford needs to play. I want to see a proper right winger to the right, a proper left winger to the left, a balanced midfield, and that's it. Again, I'm super critical that we're starting 2 left wingers, and I didn't see Rashford doing a lot of things today. So if you're going to play Rashford, play him to the right and rest Garner. Play Garner as an impact player. You know, you got to switch it up a bit. And if you're going to the summer, we need a proper striker, 100%. I agree with you that as well, because we don't have a proper striker, right? They're still learning the trade, right? Can you get out of maximum out of Højlund? Yes, but you will run him to the ground. Like, he's also a little bit injury prone. Xerxes, a little bit too lightweight. He's not a number 9. He's more of a link-up play. He can work as a double, you know, because Amorim plays with 2 10s, so he could be one of them. At the end of the day, he likes to play with one striker that run through all the channels, like, because he likes to put the balls to the channels and let the striker chase, right? So,
I don't have many talking points left, but I have 2 talking points left on my list, and the first is crosses into the box. I think Ruud is trying to make our striker more of a goal threat. We saw today there were more crosses into the box from Bruno, from Rashford, even from Garnacho, even though he a lot of the time makes the wrong decision and try to shoot. But I think we are trying slowly, not perfectly, but slowly integrate Højlund more as an
Yeah.
striker.
You can see that it's more, 100%. I can see it's more attacking mindset. I mean, now we're seeing the Ruud van Nistelrooy as a coach and his tactics, and I like what I see. He's more attacking football, right? 100%. He's not a bad shout. And even if he's not going to stay with us, he will do well in other clubs. I would say so, right?
Yeah,
but we were trying to put more crosses into the box, but we need more of that. We need people with the ability that can put the crosses in the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You saw Anthony Gordon the other day. He's beautiful cross in the find Isak's head. Like, that was a beautiful goal.
Stephanie comes in and say, look at Chris Wood for us. He's getting service from the wide players. Yeah. 100% good observation, Stephanie. And my other talking point that I have left, I just want to mention this guy, Masraoui. What a game. What a game. You know, he looks so good in his press play, the way he tackles, but he doesn't tackle the man. He tackles the ball and wins the ball. He tackles the ball and go around him and take it with him. He's so quick. You know, I didn't know that Masraoui was this good. He's a fantastic fullback.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's a fantastic football player all around. Like, he can play left, he can play right. 100%. You know what I mean?
But he's an athlete, you know, in the way he moves his body. He's so incredible good. Yeah.
And there was like
your favorite player when I saw him today.
No, he's good. I like him. I started warming up to Ugarte as well. Like, you know, these are clever signings, and this gives me an indication that these were club signings. You know, I said it to you on a WhatsApp, and it might be a wild theory, but if you look at the summer signings that we did, there was not Ten Hag signings, right? Manuel Ugarte was not a Ten Hag signing. They've been speaking to Amorim for quite a while, and they found a loophole to get him. So basically, they sacked Ten Hag. They flew straight down to Portugal, to Lisbon, and said, "We want you. Join. You have 3 days. Say yes, now or never." That's it. So they were building. I think they were building up for a 3-4-3. Like, you know, if you look at Lenny Euro, fast ball playing centre back, De Ligt can play in the middle. You have, arguably to say, the Butcher. If Luke Shaw comes back in, he can also deputize as a left-footed centre back. Harold Malacia, we saw his training. He looks like muscle up, like a beef, to be honest. So the question is, were these signings Ten Hag signings, or was it more for the future manager? I think they already knew which one they wanted, and reports coming out to say that he was the number one choice, and they finally find a loophole to pay him and get him. Yeah.
That's so a good theory, and I've been thinking the same thing. And when you think about it, you know, you see.
Ten Hag didn't want to play Ugarte. No. He wanted to keep Amrabat, and therefore he never played Ugarte, and he made an excuse that he still needs integration. The boy doesn't need integration. You see, he's coming in right now, dominating that midfield.
No, he didn't dominate today, and I think Ten Hag saw that Ugarte is not match fit to play 2 games in 1 week, and you saw it today. He wasn't up to it. He won 2 out of 12 duels, and you know, I think he had a poor game. So
Barman, remember the good old days. This is exactly what we're missing. The crossing from Beckham and Giggs, and the overlapping from Neville. There was always good crossings into the box, like, you know. So we should learn from that. And this is something that I want to see under the new stewardship, under the new manager. That currently, like, Garnacho doesn't cross the ball. Rashford is doing it, starting to cross it, right? But we don't have any service, right? Now with wing backs, in my opinion, they are the ones holding the width, going up and down, and crossing the ball. Do we have those kind of players?
No, not at the moment. Masraoui, maybe.
Masraoui. Dalot, can he do it?
Well, Dalot is not good enough. Dalot, he lacks so many things. He has a brilliant work rate. He is overall decent in every aspect. But, you know, for us to take the next step, Dalot is not part of the plan. For me, I don't think so. Yeah. But, you know, I'm not hating on Dalot. You know, he was the player of the season last year, and he always puts in a shift. So Dalot is a good player, but he's not you don't have the last level needed. And when you see a lot of fullbacks today, when you look at Leverkusen, for example, Frimpong and Grimaldo is the other guy, they contribute so much in the attack, and this is where Dalot has a problem. He doesn't contribute much, and he can't score on an open goal, and that's a big problem. And you saw it the game before when he had a clear 45 angle pass back to Bruno, and he squandered it. So in the key moments, that's the key moments. That's where it comes to mindset, to be a cold as ice, to do the right thing when the heat is on, and this is where Dalot lacks, and I don't think he can develop that part of his play.
Yeah, 100%. We need to. Yeah, we see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm just feeling a little bit more positive. I mean, I look at the identity that we are now getting in this style of play that we play today was more positive. The overall defense looks good. The midfield looks controlled. It's just the goal scoring. Of course, we scored a lot of goals last game. This was Chelsea. There was Enzo Maresca. Like they're not mugs. The reason why I like Enzo Maresca is that it don't really matter if he plays home and away. He plays the same team, same formation. They don't back off. They don't play on counter. They go for it. We have Drexter Morgan saying here, a draw is better than getting beat 3-0 every way go into match and halftime home. We're always a goal down. Yeah, 100%. United were by far better. United were by far than Chelsea. Sanchez saved under Eric. Now we could have lost. It's a lot of sentence there, Drex, but yeah, you're right. In-game management control was much better, right? It was just unlucky that we that the corner, when I said zonal marking, anything can happen in the corner, anyone can score. But we didn't have any answers. We didn't have players on the corners either, right? We didn't have any answer there either. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we have 10 minutes left of the stream. So big up. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Smash that like button. It's free. Guys, I want to hear when Jarvis is here, your voting ratings. Go into MUFC Realist TV website. The link is pasted in the chat, in the Q&A section. Get your votes in. I want to hear from you, Jarvis, as well. Andre Onana, he's getting better. He glued the ball a couple of times. He's a much improved goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's improved. I think Onana is okay, but today wasn't his best game. I think he waffled one time on a cross when he lost the ball, but he won it back. So at least it was just a little bit of heartburn for 2 seconds. But yeah, it was an okay game from Onana, and but I think he needs to be more critical to when he hit the long ball, because I think he hits too many balls long. I think that's a new thing from Onana. Now the 3-4 last couple of games, he's been trying to hit it long constantly. His pass percentage is 66%, and we don't have the players. We played it long to Garnacho, a header ball. What's Garnacho going to do about it? He was dominated in the air. So a lot of the times, come on, Onana, better decision making.
Yeah. Now under Amorim, he heavily relies on the goalkeeper to be a ball player, to distribute it into the channels, right? Short passes, not long balls, right? And you will exploit spaces where you can run into. At the end of the day, I want to give Onana a good fair rating. I think he did a good game today. There was nothing he can do in the corner. Would you say that a 6 or 7 is decent enough? I think he's been quite consistent.
Yeah, I'll go with Neil. 6 is fair.
Yeah, a 6. Yeah. Let's see, a 6 for Onana. Let's go. You guys are going 5.6, and we do have one gifted membership from Jonathan Liljenberg. Big up, Jonathan, and the one that became a member. Let me see. Let me just pull out. Do you have, or do you don't have top chat? Let me see. Live chat. Let's go to the live chat. Yeah, the one that was gifted a membership was Ravel Burns was gifted a membership. So Ravel Burns give Jonathan Liljenberg
Ravel.
Ravel. Ravel.
Almost like
Okay.
the old Swedish goalkeeper, Thomas
Ravel.
You
Yeah.
remember him?
Yeah, you
Spider-Man.
go with 6.5. Thank you, Jonathan Liljeberg. Listen, Diego Dalot today. Okay, I need to see more. Do you think? I mean, I'm going to ask you a devil's advocate question. He's still young, but do you think he's reached his ceiling, or do you think that Amarin will make him into a monster? Because Amarin, one thing that he does is develop his wingbacks.
Unana or
Dalot.
Tallow.
I think there's still development in this guy. He can go forward.
Well, but
I mean, one thing with Bruno Amarin. I mean, one thing
with his abilities. It's his decision making. He's too. He's too. What's the name? He's too. He can't keep cool.
Hot-headed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What's the English word for it? I don't know.
Hot-headed.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't. If you're mellow, you're called pot-headed.
I would say erratic. It's too erratic. Yeah, he's like stressing himself up every time the ball comes, and he tries to do things too quickly.
Yeah. If you're too mellow, then you're pot-headed, not hot-headed. Pot-headed. You know. Drex is saying what you're saying here, Drexter. Hope Amarin is the man after all these years. Well, I don't want to gas him up too much. That's the thing. We will see. You know, is he the answer? I don't know. But Diego Dalot, in my opinion, there's a lot of developments left. I don't think so. He can be ball watching. He can switch off, but he's too erratic sometimes. But there's one thing what I want to say, and if you know Ruben Amarin, the first thing he does is look at his wingbacks. His wingbacks and the centre backs are the most important aspect of the way he sets up. So he will definitely work with Dalot and Mazarawi. I would think so. But Diego Dalot, decent game today. What are you saying?
Yeah, it was decent. I'm 6.5 or 6 if
a 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's pull it a 6. Yeah, the chat agree with you. 5.6, almost a marriage. Lisandro Martinez today, I think he was a warrior. Some people were saying in the watch along, what's going on with his cringe haircut? It looks like as warriors come out and play, like on the street.
I just want to bring out this comment from Nash before we finish on Dalot. We say, I think we are critical on Dalot because he's been one of our most consistent players in our team, and we expect more from him. And I think that's correct. I agree with you, Nash. That's a good comment.
My point is then, Nash, is that we need to develop, and he hasn't. I mean, he reached to a point where he's developed. He became a much professional, looks after himself. He's a true athlete. But we need a track coach, a head coach, not just a manager that will look at each individual and develop them. And I think that to ask you the question, I think that Amarin will be the perfect guy for him. The Portuguese connection. Amarin likes to work one-on-one, take them aside, give them, personal diet plans and training plans and all that stuff. And because wing players are the most vital component in his 4-3 3-4-3 system, to be honest. Rush Maynard just got home. What are you saying here? How was the feeling? Butcher 7. Yes. Lisandro made a shocking tackle, could have been broken. Yeah, I give you 7, Lisandro, for the warrior face.
I want to say something about Martinez. I think he's so good in his passing play, and he wants to create. He tries to create, and he has 87% pass accuracy, and that's considering he's not playing it safe. He's trying to break the lines with his passes. He passes it forwards, and he's the only player in our team that gives us what you call a pause. They call it a pausa, because he stops with the ball. He holds on to the ball. He don't get stressed out. You can see Palmer time after time, trying to press Martinez when he was on the ball, but he was calm. He was holding on to the ball. But Martinez's problem is the other players around him doesn't quite understand what to do when Martinez passes the play. They're like stops. They're like they're in the headlight. So Martinez, he runs out of options where to play the ball, and I think this is a place where Amorim really can improve. And when we're talking about players who will become a monster, I think Martinez will become.
Martinez will be key. Yeah, because again,
monster.
He wants his fullbacks to be more ball carrying and find spaces.
Yes.
Put long diagonal passes on the ground, like find the space, soak up pressure, and just hit that into the midfield in the middle of the park sometimes. So I think that Martinez will become much developed. I think that Dalot will be much developed. We do have quality players, but they haven't been coached enough, in my opinion. So, and another key player today that I thought did really exceptional well, is the Marshall. It's going to be very important going forward as well. It's probably a future captain, Matthijs de Ligt.
Yeah.
Solid today.
He did well. So what do you think? What do you think about today's performance?
Didn't put one foot wrong today, in my opinion. Right. Solid marshalling.
Slipped one time.
Slipped one time, but of course.
Yeah.
Well, if you gave Martin a 7, he's got to be a 7 too then.
Yeah, 95% pass accuracy. I think it was good. I like his aggressiveness when he goes up to tackle. He's a front foot defender, and I like the lick. So yeah, a 7 is fair.
7, yeah. Okay, Matthias, 6.2. What you guys are saying now? Bruno Fernades has improved. Joris, I don't have a Bruno agenda, but has he improved?
Yes, today he was brilliant.
Monstrous.
Bruno was, I would say, for me, Bruno was our best player. And he, he has 67% pass accuracy, but he doesn't try the Hollywood ball all the time. He loses the ball a lot of the time when he crosses, for example. He only had 1 out of 7 crosses. Because we're a little bit thin in front of goal. From Bruno's side, you have maybe Rashford and Højlund in front of goal. It's not enough. And he won 9 out of 14 ground duels, so he constantly worked hard. He loses possession a couple of times, but I like what I see from him now. He tries to be more creative when he plays it safe, and he plays shorter distance passes, like 5 or 10 yards, not 25 yards. So for me, I give Bruno an 8 today.
Fair call. Like I see a lot of people saying 7, 8. Bruno is our heart and soul in that team, and if Bruno does bad, the team is also bad. But today, Bruno, the last couple of games he picked up 100%. He found his form. So I agree with you. Bruno 8, 7. What you guys are saying, so we're not equal in par. Even Barman going in say Bruno 6. I would like to hear your opinion.
A bit harsh, in my opinion. He scored a goal, and I think it was good.
Yeah, Bruno always gives 110%. Bruno 10, man of the match. So would you give him man of the match then?
Yeah, it's between him and Mazraoui for me. So we will have a vote. What do you guys think? But Mazraoui was good, Licha was good, and Bruno was good. Højlund was good. We had a couple of good players.
Yeah, Ugarte came in and was subbed out. Lindelof came in instead of Ugarte. 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, he did nothing. 5. He won a couple of headers.
5. Yeah, 5. Decent score today. Here comes your man of the match, I would say. Mazraoui was a workhorse today. Brilliant. 8.
Yeah. He could, if he scored a goal, I would give him a 10. But, I give him an 8. That's okay.
Yeah, 8. Fine. 8. 6.6. Okay. Ghana. 6. He tried.
But he's so frustrating to watch, His decision making, it's so obvious sometimes that he just tries to pass the ball. He's too greedy. He creates a lot of chances, but he misses a lot of chances too, and he's too greedy.
Okay.
Why can't he just pass the ball?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to. I always have to rewatch it, but there's 3 goal opportunities that he had. Bruno's chance when Bruno was cutting back, and it was an open goal, and I don't know. He's just didn't really follow through properly with the ball and shanked it. Maybe it was a bad bounce. There was another opportunity where he tried the Hollywood screamer instead of just doing the nice thing. They went on the right, just sailed over the right corner of the crossbar. And there was a third one as well. There was a lot of opportunities where he actually came free instead of squaring it. He was shooting. When he had Ahmad screaming on the other side, he could just pass it over to Ahmad. But I don't know. He was a bit wasteful today. Not his day.
Yeah, he had 4 shots on goal. And yeah, but sometimes you see it's not about only his shots. When he receives the ball, he looks down, he tries to dribble because he wants to get into the position that he can shoot. He doesn't open up and look where are the other players and try to keep on playing.
But there's another young player that needs to be disciplined and coached, right? There's been too rushed in and used too much, right?
Yeah.
This is an opportunity now for the new manager to come in and take a break, son. Let's develop you to a proper wing back. Obviously, you can play wing back. That means you have to go up and down, and learn how to cross, learn how to do the basics.
He has the engine to go up and down. He has the engine. But defensively, I don't think he's good enough. He
can be developed. Okay, Ganacho, what you people are saying, 5. 5. Wasted opportunities, 5.2. It is. Manuel Ugarte, the warrior. I like him. I like him a lot. He's starting to grow on me.
But not today. Not today. 76% pass accuracy. He had, let's see on his defensive work. Ground duels 1. He won 2 out of 12. He had 1 aerial duel. He lost possession 11 times. He was dribbled past 2 times. And he had 1 big error leading to a shot.
So it was 16.
And his strongest game is interceptions. He only had statistically 1 interception. I think he had more, but so it wasn't his best game. I think his yellow card hindered him, but he gave away a lot of free kicks. He probably was on the edge. So Ruud had to sub him off. He was a red card waiting to happen.
No, I give him a 6. That's over.
No, it's too. No, it's way too. 5.
I don't agree with you. Ugarte 6. A lot of people say. Can I call it a shot? 6?
Yeah, it's yours.
Okay, 6. 5.6, man. 5.6. Cool. Rasmus Højlund. I mean, they hold up play. It is really ridiculous good, to be honest, right? There's no service. The only time he created a chance, but he actually got a chance, that was 2 opportunities where he got pulled down. That was the only time he actually got the ball and something to run to. And this is something that Ruben Amorim would demand more of the midfielders and everyone play more into the striker. Let the striker chase the ball into the channels, because that's what Victor Gyökeres does. In the current moment, since the start of the season, I see a pattern that we are not really, catering for the strikers. We don't have many, if you look at the XG, it's right up there, but we're not really converting it. You know what I mean? And we're not really playing that play into the number 9. So it seems like we're constantly having a dilly-dally midfield battle, and we're not really progressing in the final third. So I think that Højlund today, he did impeccable. He held up a play. He fixed the penalty. I think he had a 7 performance today.
Yeah, he had a brilliant performance. I see Rush Mano, he comes in and say, I feel sorry for Højlund. Eating off scraps again. We try to give him crosses, but we are not accurate enough. He had 0 shots. He had 1 shot actually, but the referee gave the free kick a little bit too soon, but he could have scored. But that was the only time he
One
fired
shot.
one. Yeah,
Oh my
when
God.
the referee gave the free kick too early, we had a chance.
Jarvis,
So,
I have a
yeah.
solution.
What?
I have a solution. You know what? You know what he should do, Rasmus. He should go and tap Rasmus. He should go and tap Rashmut on the shoulder. Hey, brother, I know you went to Belfast. You had 25 shots. Can I borrow one?
No, he's Danish. He only need a Carlsberg. That's the Danish way.
No, he needs a Carlsberg. Okay, guys.
But I just want to finish on Højlund. He won. I think he won 5 free kicks. He should have had more free kicks because I think the referee was wrong. You could see Fofana was grabbing him and holding him, kicking him in his ankles.
Yeah.
Should have had more free kicks, but the referee wasn't on Højlund's team today. But he kept on fighting. And Fofana is a good center back, but Højlund gave him a match. And I would say also that that Højlund, his hold-up play is good, and when he receives the ball, he knows what to do with it. So he has I think he has 85, 86, 87% pass accuracy. So playing as a number 9, that's extremely high. You don't lose the ball. You receive the ball and you keep it going. You keep the attack going, and this is his job: keep the attack going. So,
but that's why I want to keep Ruud.
Brilliant job.
That's why I want to keep Ruud at the club as assistant manager still, or a striker coach to work on these players, right? I mean, we can clearly see his influence already. I mean, remember that one which game was it? 2 games ago, where Bruno did that flick and he just did a dink like that instantly. I thought that was brilliant. He's got it. And he's got the athleticism. He's got the pace. But we just don't give him too much balls, like, again, leaving us scraps. We need a younger version of Eriksson and Casemiro to fill the feeder role for Rasmus, 100%.
Yep.
Okay.
We do. But who?
Yeah. But who? But who?
But who?
But who? Look at the academy. Look at the bench. Who? Jack Fletcher?
Mendy?
Yeah.
For example?
Yeah. If we're talking about an upcoming striker, you have Cheeto.
No, I'm thinking about midfielder, Rashmano's comment.
Rasmus do have pace, my friend. He does. And I will debunk the myth. His mother was a Olympic track record runner. He's got pace. We've seen it. But we just don't give him balls to run.
His mother a swimmer and his father or was it the other way around?
Footballer.
Track and field.
Yeah. We've seen when he's exploded from the mid-half and scored a couple of screamers as well, but we just don't give him the balls to run at in the channels. And that's a problem. Mick and Jarvis, we get 10 each. Close the stream. We're done. Thank you.
Big
All
up,
right, so
Neil. Big up, Neil. Thank
big
you.
up.
Thank you.
All right, so let's kill off the Rasmus Højlund. I give him a 7.
Yeah, I give him a 7, but it's actually a 7.5 for me.
Yeah, I don't have a half. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
7. 6, what you guys are saying. Damn it. Ahmad Diallo came in. Again, free Ahmad. Some people saying he didn't do much on that pitch either. Like, you came into a dead rubber game already. Like, where players were tired and it was a scrappy, like, but still. I like Ahmad. I like to see more of Ahmad. I give him a 6.
Yeah, he didn't do much, to be fair. It's not easy for Ahmad Diallo coming on in a game like this. I think maybe he should have started to continue his vibe because he had a good cameo coming on against Leicester. I think that would have been the right choice, and keeping either Rashford or Garnacho on the bench and having them as an impact player in the dying minutes. So I don't think Diallo is an impact player. I think he needs to be a regular starter because he's that type of player. He needs to come into the rhythm of the game. But it's you did well, but nothing much.
It's the rhythm of the game all night. Okay, 6 then. I pulled 6. 5.6. You guys are there. Casemiro. We are starting to see the old, the good form Casemiro. I think he had a good, solid senior performance. He told off Garnacho 100%. He gave him a little bit bollocking because, hey, why am I tracking your ball? You should be tracking back.
Yeah, I like Casemiro. I think he had a good game, but not his best game. But he's part of the midfield duo. Losing the game to Lavia and Caiseido, I think that's where we lost the game in a way. Midfield, so it wasn't easy, but he kept trying hard. He was working hard. I like this attitude when Garnacho didn't track back. He did his job and took a yellow card. So yeah, I give him 7.
Listen, Rushmano is singing from the same Spotify hymn sheet. What we've been saying. I would start Armand to use Garnacho as an impact player, 30-minute sub. Yeah, this is his strength. We've seen him before. He comes in and become an impact sub. Casemiro 6. Great ball by Casemiro, but his legs are done. When Chelsea have Lavia and Caiseido, who has legs, we have Caiseido, Eriksen. We have Caiseido and Eriksen. Casemiro and Eriksen are too slow. Cas 8. What you're saying here, Franz. I think he had solid game, but I wouldn't go as far as I would go 7.5. I don't, but okay. Yeah, I give it to
7.
you, Jarvis.
Yeah, 7. That's
6.2. Rashford. I think that
Rashmud.
Did you see something different with Rashmud?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he still puts in an awful performance game after game.
Am I the only one that would say that he became a little bit more of a team player? Like in terms of how he's crossing and assisting, and he's not really going.
He has a different role when he plays on the right. That's a different role, but
no, I'm not defending, guys. I'm just saying that okay, right.
For me, Rashford has become more of a luxury player. I don't think we are trying our best to figure out a way to get Rashford to work. We are trying him on the right. We are trying him on the left. We are trying him as more defensive. We are trying whatever we can do to make it work, but it doesn't seem to happen with Rashford. It doesn't happen.
No.
I think it's time for him to go. I'm not happy with Rashford. I think he's putting in dreadful performances game after game. And he's been doing this for 2 years now.
Is it like a commodity player? Like, I remember when we got Ronaldo back into the second time. We were just trying to force feed all balls into Ronaldo. And you see that his mind was there, but his legs was gone. And it wasn't really there. Like, I see the thing with Rashford's burnt to the ground as well. And it's a kind of double-edged sword with me. I mean, I know there's a player in him, but he does the same thing, like, run, dribble to the ball and crash into the a wall of defense, like, like X2. If you just keep it basic, simple. But today, I have a problem that it might be in his contract. He's like, $350K a week. You need to play him every day. He's an asset player. And therefore, there's a selection problem for each manager that, who are you going to drop? Are you going to drop Garnacho or Rashford? Playing both.
I'll give you one incident that happened in this game when I look at Rashford. Remember when Cole Palmer received the ball and he took a one-touch in between Rashford and Casemiro and played them both out of the pitch. And he just runs in between them, and Rashford, he goes like this. Palmer runs through him instead of like using his body. Take a free kick. Why didn't he take a free kick? Let him one pass him through. Yeah. It's so ridiculous. You don't want to fight for your team. You don't want to hurt yourself. Oh, here comes big Cole Palmer. I just got to get out of the way. And he forces Ugarte to take a yellow card. For me, that's the mentality I'm not looking for. You have to fight for every ball. You are not a luxury player.
I mean, no. There was the stream, the broadcast I was watching, the pundits they couldn't shut up. They were bigging up when he did track back. He did it once, track back and put in a tackle. And the pundits went like, oh, look at Rashford, what a play, tracking back. Oh, like he did it once. But I don't think that's going to work under the new manager. I don't think that he can play the left wing back. Perhaps you can play him as a double pivot with Bruno as 2 number 10s, but still, that is it technical enough? I mean, I see Rashford is 27 and he won't improve anymore. Have you reached the ceiling? You've gone through how many managers? 4 in your career? 5?
He started under Louis van Gaal.
Yeah. 7
so
almost.
It's Van Gaal, it's Ole, it's Ragnick,
6.
Erik ten Hag now, Mourinho, 5. So Van Nistelrooy will be 6th, but that's counting 2 interims.
So the question is, spot on what you are saying here. Spot on. I saw against Brentford that he can track and fight for balls. It wasn't just, I just don't like to have him on the right. Again, I'm against it. When you have a proper right winger, even when you have Anthony Dos Santos, who is a right winger, why you're not playing those two as right wingers? Yeah. I'll let this be your call. I know you're going to pull a 5.
Yeah, so up to me, I'll give him a 5.
Okay, 5. 4.6. Poor Xerxes. I don't want to give him too many sticks, but I can see that he's struggling in the Premier League. He's got 1 goal so far in his debut. Beautiful start, but he looks lost. He's trying, he's huffing and puffing, he's falling down. The game is too hard for him and it's too fast. Right? He needs to be faster in his decision making. In his passing, it's been awful. But you got to call a spade a spade. I did not like what I saw today. 5 for me, maximum. I'm not giving anyone under 4. I see people saying
France is giving him a 4.
That's harsh.
Yeah, for me also, I don't see much. He the potential is there, but he looks so slow and sluggish all the time. And he's not friend with the ball, and he don't have the confidence. Maybe he will come good if you just need a couple of games. I'm not going to judge the player too soon.
But I haven't seen anything about the hype over the summer where people
isn't good enough. That's the thing.
But I don't think the hype in the summer where people are bigging it up, and I don't see it. He
doesn't protect the ball. This is a great point from France. He doesn't protect the ball. He doesn't know how to protect the ball. He has a big body, but the thing is, it's the way the game goes too fast for him. He thinks he has control over the ball. He doesn't see the defender coming in right away. It goes too fast.
The defender caught up to him. He came, one-on-one versus the goalkeeper. He just could have run, get on your bike, and he got caught. This thing slipped. Maybe he will be. I mean, it was a low risk, 35 mil. Come on, right? Maybe we sell him in the summer. Didn't work. Sayonara. Get a better striker.
I don't think we should sell him. We should definitely loan him out. Give him game time. He needs more time, and it's not going to happen in 5 games.
Okay,
we are talking about years. One season, maybe 2.
I see people are very brutal. I see Lily's giving Xerxes 1. Oh, I don't want to go that low. Neil Driscoll, Xerxes 2. You got the right to be critical, but remember, this guy just came in. He's just been here 5 minutes. He's just trying to find his feet, but you see that it's not working. Maybe he's just meant to be a substitution, not a starter, right? Utilizing cup games.
We are at the stage where I would rather play the youngsters.
Wheatley.
I would play Ethan Wheatley.
But Cheetah will be Martin.
I think Wheatley looks much better, much more suited to play the game than Xerxes. But
let's see what you guys are saying.
But he's still young, so he can come good.
Loan him up, what Nash is saying. He needs time, what Rushmane is saying. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to be too harsh. I've seen your comments, but I will give him below par. I'll give him 4.
It's not being harsh judging him on his performance. I would say if he wasn't good enough, he wasn't good enough. That's the name of the game. No one is disliking him for his person. It's about his performance.
Well, one thing what Amarin does, he develops players. So hopefully he will take him aside, develop him, tell him what to run, where to go. Right now, he looks like he's a headless chicken. Don't really know how to protect the ball or where to run in which channels, which space, and it's not easy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go hard on me. I'm going to go 4. He's just new, and I'm going to give him a 4. Let's brace 3.6, guys.
Yeah. France comes in and say, how did we sign a slow forward in the world's fastest league? And that's a good point. And Nash comes in with we all have eyes. We seen he's not ready. It will kill his confidence to get exposed. And this is the biggest problem. I think it's harsh to put on a player who's not ready. And I think that's a big problem. We are destroying this young talent at the moment.
Yeah. Rushman said, can Amarin produce miracles? I don't know. He hasn't arrived yet, and that is my worry, that fans are now bigging up too much. Media is kind of bigging him up as well. Yeah. How long will it take until they tear him down, Amarin? 12 months? What would you give?
No. It will start right away.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
Right away. Yeah, and I heard Ruud today in the press conference after the game. Still said when his 4 games are over, he will go back to his assistant manager role.
That's what I want.
He said so, but you know, but he said so in a question.
No,
so
I
no, but the thing is, they will make it as Amarin came in and was stubborn, selfless, didn't want Ruud the experience from Man United on so they will make whatever, you know, the narrative is clear.
Yeah, but I think that it will only benefit our team to have Ruud, you know, as a striker coaching or something like that. And I don't think that, you know, Ruben Amorim, he knows Ruud, like, he knows what kind of player he is and stuff like that. You would love to have that asset, right? Or maybe you said, nah, I just want to have a clean slate. I want to have all my people, which is something that the club cannot afford. Contractually speaking, they still have to buy out his contract. He's under the contract legally. Yes, he's right. We want to see a gradual improvement. So at the end of the day, guys, I know he's not here. This is supposed to be Ruud, but I haven't been able to update. So we have Ten Hag, the manager. Just pretend it's Ruud, okay? Just forget that face. Maybe it's Enzo Maresca. Who knows? But okay. Forget about Eric Ten Hag. He's no longer here, guys. It's just put Ruud in your head. What would you give Ruud in this game? I thought, right, the way he set up the team, I was questioning why you're playing Rashford and Ghana. But in general, what we started the show with, it was balanced. It was good control defensively, midfield. We won that battle. It was just, we saw we are bombing more forward, trying to score. But yeah, I think, forget about Ten Hag. Ruud, what would you give Ruud?
Yeah, I give him a. Well, he gets the vibe going, and the players work hard.
And the crowd.
I give him a 7. He gets the best out of the players, but unfortunately, they're not good enough when it comes to quality. And you know, it's not Ruud's problem.
No, we didn't lose, and that's the main point, guys. I love you guys. You're the best community. You're very sensible, and football knowledge is what we're here for as well. Educational purpose. Ten Hag, sorry, 10. But people still thinking to see 10, so they gave him a 4. I'm sorry. But that comes down to the man of the match. It stands between Bruno Fernades and Mazraoui. And for some reason, I put a star on Bruno, I guess. Or what did the pundits and the media give? Who's the man of the match there?
I don't know, but you know, let's let the VAR room decide. You know, for me, it's between I would say Højlund, Mazraoui, and Bruno.
I'm gonna quickly create a poll then. Start poll. Who was your man of the match? Right.
Yeah, man of the match. I see France comes in and say Mazraoui for me. And
Bruno or Maz?
De Ligt was solid again for me.
De Ligt was actually solid. So, guys, I created a poll. You have the final say. It goes, who was your man of the match, Bruno or Mars? Start voting now. The poll is going. I can see it's rising. Let me see here. Well, right now you have 5 votes in. Mazarawi is leading. Wow, 60%. Should we just let that go for another minute or two? Please, the vote is going.
I have another stream. It's already started, so I can't stay on for that long, but
yeah, it looks like right now we have Mazarawi leading on 67% and Bruno 33%. And we have 413 live viewers. If you can be a little bit generous, smash the like button. It's free content, you know. If 400 is watching, at least we can get 400 likes. I don't know what people are doing, why they're not smashing the like button. It's so important for us YouTube content creators. You see, Bruno, there's a comment coming here from Rushman. Bruno Fernades has spoke with Amarin when I went to Sporting. We don't know what he will do when he arrives here. He will have different players. We focus on that later, as we want to do the best for the club, I guess. Drop a link for that stream. Yes, you're going to Nuradin's channel, right?
Yeah. I'm going to Nuradin's channel. I see they already started, but it won't be as positive as this stream.
No, okay.
Tell you.
All right, I'm just going to end the poll and see where you are. Mazarawi is leading. End the poll, 71%. You guys have voted. You guys have spoken. So therefore, the star needs to go to Mazarawi. Boom. Okay. I'm going to submit it and see what the general population has done. Submit. Refresh. Man of the match went to Andrew Onana, for fucking sake. What the hell?
Okay.
I don't know. This is what you guys have voted. Andrew Onana. It didn't go down the way we wanted. How come Andrew Onana became the man of the match? Talk to us. We got trolls in the house. They're laughing at us. Yo, anyway, it's time to close the shop. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Beautiful people. We were live. We witnessed something spectacular today. Ruud, Van Nistelrooy, unbeaten as of yet. Second game in charge, 1-1. It was tactical. It was scrappy. It was fight. It was yellow cards. It was a penalty. And it was a only shot on target from Moises Caiseido that led into 1-1. This has been the beautiful Jarvis Cocker. Plowing snow currently in Norway. He's Bob the Builder. I've been seeing his videos. He sent me like, did it. He's gone, man, you got snow already up in Norway.
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
It's winter.
Bro, where can people see you? Yeah, he's going. I've seen it. He's crazy. He loves it. People go over and check Man United Real Therapy. I think it's Nuradin's channel. Joe is going to be on there. The only balanced person in that show. I assume it's going to be a lot of shouting and yelling, and you're going to be the diplomat there, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
Love United, hate the Glazers. Big up, friends. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, also, Jonathan Liljeberg, for gifting membership. Rush Maynard, that just came from the game. All the legends. Amir Fikri is in here. Franz, good to see you here as well. Great stream. Thank you. And David Porter as well. And everyone. This has been Mick Ruby here with Jarvis Corner, providing you the highlights. See you till next time, and we will be back on Thursday, right? And Jarvis's Corner Monday.
Yes, Monday we will go through me, Stu, and Poppy, I believe, and I don't know. We will see. A lot of talking points, a lot to talk about.
3-hour stream, hopefully.
Stay tuned tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
All right. Good night, people, and have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. And remember, don't have Monday blues. Either it's became 1-1 against the Blues. See you later. Bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.